So here we are today with more wood that our neighbour got for us. There's quite a lot in there, so I'll just slowly be taking it out into the back garden. Let's open this. And I got a new axe today, so I can actually start splitting the wood that we chopped down from the trees the other day that I showed, and it works pretty well. I've never actually split wood before, but 2 strikes and I was chopping these big bits into quarters, as you can see here. So they work well, and they came with like a smaller one as well that you use for kindling. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through this, start chopping this up. Quite satisfying to split the wood. Maybe in the future when I've done it a million times over. Oh yeah, it's there. I didn't even realise I'll bring it up as well. It won't be as fun, but for now it is. All the big bits now are chopped up, and I've added in all the wood that was at the front into here, and some in the front porch that we keep just to keep closer to the fire. Yeah, so obviously this side has all just been chopped up into these smaller bits. A lot of them at the beginning were pretty jagged and crap because I was still getting used to actually using the axe, but it was weird. Some of them you would just chop and it would break in half first go. Some of them the exact same size, even smaller sometimes, and it would take like ages, and the axe kept getting stuck and blah blah blah. But it's done now. Just need to go a bit more over here into this bit. That bit I just keep for the thing to chop on top of, so eventually I'll be able to break that one down, but until I get like a better base, because this one is decent to use but it's still quite small, like there's not much surface area. So but for the bits I was using, it's big enough. And the chicken coop is in position. It's a bit of a bitch to start off with because the instructions were so crap, so fuck you Omelette, or whatever the name is for your company. But it is now put together. What we're doing eventually in a couple of days, obviously this shed when we got here already had like a chicken coop in it, and it sort of led out into these 2 fenced bits that went into like a triangular shape. I might have said that last video, or whatever. And we're obviously gonna, I don't know if it's going to be more of a bitch to just take off a couple panels. I don't know if it's going to mess with the sturdiness, or just cut a hole that's going to fit onto here. And then this back support here, I could just cut that off. Cut that off because it goes in a bend, so, and that's a one piece, so we don't want to take that off. So I'll cut this along here and then cut the hole for the bit to come out of there, and then we'll put it flush with the back of the shed, which is pretty much the exact same size as the width of this, so it'll fit on nicely. And either dig out this bit, actually yeah, definitely dig out this bit so this can go against there, because we don't want to cut off another side, which is it's not even for the support, but it's just another good thing for things, for animals not to dig under it. It's another little deterrent, which, to be honest, if you're an animal you just start digging a bit further back, but whatever. But the next step is coming close. I think within a month we should have chickens, and that'll be like the first big step of our mini homestead. We moved, well, there's one double planter there. I'm still digging out this bit, which is deeper than obviously it looks because I just haven't moved the soil, but it's dug out quite nicely now. And moved the raised beds down to here, which, if you remember when I was taking out this section and making it flat, all the earth that went onto here we sort of just smoothed out. My mum like raked it all across here. Raspberry canes here as well. We bought 10, they gave us 20, so we'll take that. And they're gonna go up the back of the orchard fence, I think, either there or it was gonna be here, I can't remember. What I'm gonna be doing today is moving all this stuff that I've dug up and haven't moved yet, since I've filled up as much as I want to in the boxing area. What I'm gonna do with this soil is fill it into this wheelbarrow, which I just emptied all the water out of, which has just been sitting in there for ages, and pull it up here, then push it down into the orchard area, or as I normally say, the bit behind the gate. And we want to put a polytunnel down here, which basically will go against this fence for a bit of wind protection, but obviously it'll be on quite a big slope. So I'm thinking of just bringing all that soil, and it's going to be more, that's just how much I've dug out at the moment, and start filling up this end down here, so it won't be on such a harsh slope. So I don't know how that's going to work, if it's going to go smoothly or not, but we might as well give it a try. And if we do need to do more, what I can actually do is dig here and bring it back, and I could even create like a slight change in the landscape here and just have like a little drop off point. It won't be that massive, maybe like a foot, maybe not even that much, but just to level it out. It doesn't need to be completely flat, but it just needs to be a bit more level. I mean, it doesn't need to be, but could probably do it in other ways, but I think this will just be another use for this soil to put somewhere else. The chicken coop is now attached to the shed. Cut a hole in the back of it so it just runs straight in, and just attached it to the shed using these clips. So now it's sturdy enough to stay on there, and the chickens can go in and out. We're gonna have an electric door put on there soon as well, but don't need to yet. We should have the chickens within a month or so, hopefully sooner. And there's their inside area there. That's just a bit of wood that I used to attach them clips on, which just make them more sturdy. Doesn't look as clean, but it's better for the strength. Soon there'll be 3 chickens living up in here, and when I can convince my mum, I'll have more wood going to be sawed up. Most of it will be sort of kindling size, but I'll get through it using the old, whatever that's called. Still got a bit left, but got most of it done into small pieces that will go on that end mostly. A few bits here, and then the bigger bits I've actually already added it into here, but most of it was smaller, so I'm going to add that in. I made a little ending part here because all the planks at the bottom finished at this point and that there, so I've just sort of made like some little makeshift. I mean, the whole thing is makeshift, but I had to like piece all these little tiny bits together to make a little structure so they weren't directly on the floor, which I don't think would matter anyway, but it just feels right to have it up off the floor at least a couple inches and on top of something else. So I got all them in position, and a few on the bigger side as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this actually filling out as much as I can. Like, I don't know how much other big stuff I'm going to get, but it will come along for sure. But this side will definitely fill up, like from here on. Like, I have all this size wood. Another pile at the ready. I've already started a little bit, but more to come. Got to this point, there's a few bits left, but that'll do for now. So I'm just going to put all this into here, and once again it's mostly going to be bits this size. All the small ones, well, and just the whole pile's in place, but it was 70% just kindling size, or slightly bigger than kindling size. So this, pardon me, this side is almost taken up on the, well, it is taken up at the back now, and then we're moving to the next bit, maybe getting like another length in. But yeah, it looks quite cool. This area has been dug out finally. The last time there was a pile here, I'm pretty sure I've done a video of me saying that I was wheeling it behind the fence to the orchard area to level out the ground for a polytunnel. But again, now I've just made another pile. I got all of that out, done another pile. Today I just dug out basically from like here downwards, and that's what creates that pile. Because the thing, when you look at that and you like see that I basically dug from here to there, it doesn't even look that deep, this section. But all that soil came from that. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to just take most of it behind the fence to the orchard area to level it out, but I also will add it to the raised beds down here, because I'm basically adding compost to the raised beds, but I also want to mix it with some of our soil that we get naturally from our garden and mix it together. So there's already like a bottom layer of soil that I mixed in with the compost, which you can see mainly, and I'm going to put another layer of soil, again not too much of it, but and then some more compost on top, and then we can add whatever we want later into that. But yeah, I'm going to basically wheel it from there to probably this section here actually, because if I wheel that wheelbarrow down here, it'll just end up rolling up and down. So I'll wheel it from there to here, and then from there I'll just fill up buckets and disperse it among these raised beds, apart from the 2 at the back, which are basically already full up and have stuff growing in it already, so it's a bit too late. Well, actually no, you can put some more around it, but whatever, that's what I'm going to do. But now this area is done, after I get this emptied and I know I'm at my final point with it, what I'll do is I'll put this double inside of it, and then work out like how far apart and whatever I can fit into here. I'm hoping to get 6, I mean I know I can get 6 doubles in there, but if I can get more then I might put more in, or 6 doubles just might be enough, just a row of 3, and then after I know like the logistics, I guess if you want to say that, of where they're going to be placed, I'll start working in the rocks and make it into like a rockery area, starting from basically as you come around this corner here. I'll carry on this bit. I'll have all the rocks going up here, finish these steps off, and just have them obviously work around up into the area. And then I'll put rocks all around it. I'll put rocks up against the back so you can't see like the drop off point. And it would just be rocks all around the side, sort of in between, well not actually in between the raised beds because that'll be annoying, but like around the side here. And I'll probably just put wood chip in between them where we're going to be walking. But again, it's hard to sort of visualize how it's going to look right now. Obviously I know how I want it to look, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. But yeah, this whole section, even here where it's not been dug out, will be rockery as well. So it should look quite nice when it's finished. But now it's time to dig up this massive pile and place it either up there behind the fence or down there into the raised beds. I've moved all of the soil. Some of it I actually did rake back down this way because I am going to have to dig this out a bit more to flatten it more. It doesn't have to be completely flat, but right now it's a bit too sloped. So I dragged quite a lot back with the rake. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount. Just to raise up this bit a bit more. And now I'm going to take out like this section here and lower it. So yeah, it's a bit more flat and I can fit in 6 raised beds and get a load of rocks surrounding it and up around the border to make it look nice and just be a different part of the garden, a little rockery area. Actually, I'll go show you the pile of soil. Hard work lifting that wheelbarrow full of soil backwards up there, turning around and then pushing it through here. The wheelbarrow perfectly fits through the gate as well. Luckily, that would have been annoying if not. And there's the pile down there that was spread out to try and raise up that end. So again, this part of the garden's on a slope. As you can see, it goes downhill here. And the polytunnel I want to have sort of in this section butted up against the fence. So if I can raise up this end a bit more, it won't be on such a harsh slope. But yeah, that'd be good. So I'll do that raking at another point because that's going to be hard work as well. And I'm sweating out right now. And yeah, as you can see, we've got another one of our big old piles back that I was taking out. All this up here.